The first hints appeared in laboratories around the world. Scientists announced a breakthrough, the Longevity Serum, a substance that could slow aging dramatically, potentially allowing humans to live for 1,000 years. At first, the world reacted with disbelief. But when volunteers demonstrated visibly slowed aging over months, governments, corporations, and ordinary people realized the impossible was now possible. Evan, a curious young historian turned biotechnologist, watched the news in awe. He wondered how society would change if life stretched across centuries. With a lifespan of 1,000 years, what would people value? How would relationships endure? What would happen to ambition, love, and conflict when death was no longer a pressing certainty? Within a year, millions had access to the serum. Cities transformed. Skyscrapers rose higher, and knowledge accumulated at unprecedented rates. People pursued crafts, careers, and passions over decades instead of years. Imagine a painter refining a single masterpiece for 200 years, or a musician perfecting a symphony for centuries. History, once fleeting, now became tangible and personal. But with longevity came unexpected consequences. Populations surged, and resource management became a challenge, even for the most advanced cities. Governments debated whether to regulate reproduction. Some extremists argued that life should end naturally, while others saw the serum as humanity's ultimate evolution. Evan, intrigued by the social implications, visited one of the world's largest longevity cities, a sprawling metropolis where the population was a mix of 200 1,000-year-olds. The streets buzzed with wisdom and weariness. Elderly-looking individuals walked alongside youthful faces, but the difference was deceptive. Some appeared centuries old, yet were as agile as teenagers, having chosen not to physically age. Others embraced their extended life with careful moderation. In a floating park, Evan observed a group of friends, humans who had been together for 400 years. They laughed, told stories of lost civilizations, and debated philosophies that spanned half a millennium. Their camaraderie was profound, but beneath the smiles lay tension. Centuries brought memory, yes, but also regrets, grudges, in the burden of watching generations come and go while one endured. Evan wondered if immortality was truly a gift. One man, Arik, spoke to him quietly. Living 1,000 years isn't about more time. It's about learning to let go. Every friendship, every love, every ambition, if you hold on too tightly, the weight crushes you after a few centuries. Evan felt the truth in those words. Across the city, the longevity era had reshaped everything. Architecture reached toward the clouds, built to last centuries. Cities stored knowledge physically and digitally, with libraries spanning generations. Art evolved, blending styles from hundreds of years. Music became layered with centuries of technique. Storytelling spanned lifetimes, and innovations leaped forward faster than anyone could have imagined. Yet even in this age of extended life, humans were still vulnerable to emotion, desire, and mortality's psychological echoes. Some grew complacent, losing urgency. Others became reckless, knowing there was a millennium to experiment, to play, to make mistakes. Crime, love, art, war, all adapted to the new temporal reality. Humanity's essence remained, but amplified. Evan decided to experience the serum himself. He watched as his body subtly slowed in its aging process. He felt the weight of time stretch across his mind. A day could feel like a week like a month, and months like decades. He realized that with 1,000 years, patience was no longer a virtue, it was a necessity. He walked through the streets at night. Neon lights, reflecting off centuries-old buildings. Seeing children born hundreds of years ago, now grown into leaders, artists, and thinkers. He met couples who had been together for 300 years, laughing at mistakes made centuries before, and enemies who had fought for decades, yet reconciled with the patience only time could provide. Evan understood the paradox. Immortality magnified humanity's strengths and flaws alike. Curiosity, creativity, and love could flourish endlessly, but so could pride, resentment, and obsession. Civilization would need wisdom not only in science, but in emotion, culture, and morality. By the end of his first year under the serum, Evan reflected on what he had witnessed. Humans could indeed live for 1,000 years, but life's value wasn't in its length. it was in how it was spent. He realized that immortality didn't erase consequences, it amplified them. Every action, every decision, every relationship carried centuries of weight. Evan returned to his lab, documenting his experiences. He knew future generations would read these notes decades, centuries, even millennia later. He smiled at the thought. Humanity had entered a new era, where one could truly witness history firsthand, feel the depth of time, and learn that longevity was as much a lesson of patience as it was a gift of life. And somewhere, in a quiet part of the city, a child, born just yesterday yet destined for centuries, looked up at the glowing skyline and wondered what adventures awaited across 1,000 years. If you like this story, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share with your friends and family. Drop a heart in comment. Like and subscribe my channel, and visit my channel for full story videos.